We're at the midpoint of the growing season, and most input decisions have already been made, but some farmers are still questioning their need for a late season nitrogen application. We can use the tools in our toolbox to help farmers answer these questions and make the late season nitrogen decision based on what we know is happening in the field today. To show how the tools can help, we'll start by looking at a specific field in the field forecasting tool. This particular field was soybeans last year and corn in 2016. 2016 was an extremely high yield potential year for this area, and several farmers saw record corn yields. This field averaged 250 bushels in 2016. From the start, Field Forecasting Tool was showing a maximum yield potential of 277 bushels. The farmer was planning to split apply nitrogen with 2/3 of his needs up front and the remaining applied as a V5 to V7 side dress application. After taking the V5 tissue samples, FFT was recommending more nitrogen than the farmer had planned to apply, so he erred towards the lower end of the multiple scenario rates and applied 70 units of nitrogen between V5 and V6. This field received excessive rain between V7 and V12, pushing the total accumulation year to date to 7.5 inches above where we were at in 2016. Both tissue samples taken during that time were taken in a saturated soil environment, and nitrogen and potassium levels in the plant were very low. None of the nitrogen applied to the field pre-plant or side dress was stabilized, so the question of whether or not to apply additional nitrogen came to the forefront for this field. We started by looking at the field on the field monitoring tool. The vigor status was average, and when we looked at historical biomass curves, they were right on target, even just above where we were at in 2016, the record corn year. The hybrid planted in this field is Cropland 6065, which has a high response to nitrogen. All of those factors confirmed additional nitrogen could pay off. Going back to the field forecasting tool, we looked at another multiple scenario chart for this field and determined an additional 20 gallons of 32%, or 70 units of nitrogen, would have a positive return on investment. We were able to apply the nitrogen on July 5th using Y-drops and left a check strip of 0 additional units of nitrogen to see the test response at the end of the year. We plan to take the final tissue sample on this field next week. The soil has had time to recover from the excessive rainfall, and this should give us a better read on the nutrients in the plant to calibrate FFT, and we could pick up some yield on predicted bushels from that. There is still great potential in this field, and we may see record yields again from the decisions we were able to make so far using the tools in our toolbox.